I'm taking you across on the EAA Map side of the game. So hopefully everything should keep up with each other. I'm just going to set up my phone so I can read your comments. It saves me running a big screen, you see, folks. So everything's good. Right, that's working. It should be working in real time, so I'm just going to wave at the camera and just see how long the delay is. It should be working pretty quickly. Seems to be catching up with everything, seems to be working. Anyway, so let's close a few browsers down. Now I've been looking. Now I have just been looking about updating the mod for the rain. Anyway, so we're out to the cab. I've just already picked the trailer. What we've got to do is connect it up, and away we go. It's a very long job, but the other couple of jobs was taking us back into Europe, and of course I don't want to do that. Turn my big telly off, and we're all good to go then. Right, I've got that connected. Yep. Just got to make sure that everything's good to go. Anything can happen whilst driving this side of the map here in Euro Truck Simulator 2. If you've never seen the EAA map, then there's a big folder full of jobs that I've done previously and streams using this EAA map. It's bigger than all the maps put together.
Turn right.
And of course it adds some more new and weird and wonderful places to deliver trailers to. That's all we want to do, ain't it? Deliver the goods. Now I've already done one stream where that was coming from Europe across to, which is supposed to represent Brazil, which is South America. Now there's hills, there's uneven roads, there's speed ramps, there's potholes. Oh man, it's just unbelievable, some of the roads. I've never drove. The closest I've got to these kind of roads is when I downloaded the maps for Russia. I'm on the same par, but this could be still a bit more evil. You know, as you drive down roads, and that's what you want. Different textures and that. You don't want to be doing down all the same kind of roads. The only time you get any bumpy textures is when we're going down dirt tracks in CSEs. But as you'll see, hopefully, again, of course, tell you, oh, this is going to happen because I don't know. Some of the roads are bumpy roads, and then the next minute you'll drive down one and be like, okay, shit me, I'm doing 5 miles an hour. You know. Now, the last couple of streams I've now configured everything to be working right, which is I've turned off all my physics settings. So basically I have to drive these wagons the best I can, otherwise they will be tipping over. So I've got no stabilisation or anything, so basically feels like I'm driving the cab. It'll bounce forward with the suspension and stuff like that. But also if I take the bends a bit wider, then I've got a chance of tripping the truck with the trailer on the back if I'm carrying the trailer. So I've got to try and slow down bends. Now of course, as I always say, with the cushion on as well, with the pedals, the force feedback I've put into the wheel, it's nice now, and of course top it all off with the track IR just makes it that all much more realistic. And again, coming over here, these parts of these roads I've never drove through before, so you know, I don't know what I'm going to expect, you know. Well, we got the chance again with this. I'll get hills. Now I'm having a few issues here. For some reason, my Fanatec gear stick keeps going into reverse when I press it upwards. Now I've overtook him for one. These hills are a bit evil and them steep, and I've already got to the point where I've had to go up an hill in first gear and do about 3 miles an hour. There's some lovely, you know, some lovely parts. Especially, I done one the other day where I'm going down around the side of a mountain. Again, the road was really tight, really sharp, tight bends. Again, I had to really slow down for it, but it was an enjoyable drive. Again, I don't know if this is a dual carriageway in Ireland. You know, thought our English roads was bad, but if these are mimicking roads from abroad, then you know, some of them you have to back yourself onto. You really have to either follow the sat nav, air voice, because sometimes air goes off the track a little bit due to the fact this ASC map, so they'll say turn right and you don't need to turn right. I always follow what it says on the sat nav itself, which way calculates the route. But I mean, the first time I put this map on, I was getting red hills where the textures wouldn't load, but for some reason the textures have all loaded now and it's working fine. But it's just, you don't know. I mean, you'll be driving, I mean, that ain't a pothole. No, that's just like a patch of dirt. Wherever they've had the textures from for these potholes, they're really good. Especially when you come in the towns as well. There won't only be one speed ramp. There could be up to 6, 7 on a road. So, you know, otherwise, if you want to bounce over and bounce your cabin, as you'll see, if I go over at 10 miles an hour, it really makes my cabin bounce. Yeah, here's the first one. Of course, they do warn you that you've got them. Now that's here now. This is really bad road for me. Again, I've stalled it. But if you drove over these roads in the proper game, they wouldn't affect your steering. But these are cracks in the road. So again, I can feel that force feedback through the wheel. I'm also feeling it through the cushion at the moment. Now, so I've got the cracks in the road. I'm coming over speed ramps. Again, you have to drive properly. I mean, you don't see it in their cars, but you'll watch. That's just going over at 15 miles an hour. So if you was going down here at 30 miles an hour, how I've got the physics set up at the moment, when I've turned it all off, if I feel every bump and lump. So for me, you couldn't get no better. You're hoping to get back onto proper tarmac, because at the moment I'm just about to put my foot down, and again, pusher, I can feel this tarmac uneven. What you see on the screen, if you see that, I've got my hands off the steering wheel, as you can see now on camera, but that steering wheel, how it's twitching, I'm feeling that, as I'm seeing that on the screen. It's awesome. Now we've gone back to normal now, where I am feeling, I'm feeling a bit of vibration, but that's mainly through the cushion. When I change gears, I feel all 4 transducers indicate that I've just changed the gear. And if I drive a little bit too close to the sides, I'll feel it again. I hope one of these the roads now delivering this trailer will show you like the potholes and everything if you're new to the channel and you've not seen the EAA map. I mean, there's loads of this I haven't covered yet. I mean, and it ain't repetitive neither. It ain't like you'll drive down this road and there'll be potholes everywhere, because sometimes it ain't even in the stretches of road, and then all of a sudden it'll just appear. It might just be 3 or 4 little bits of texture, but you know, you can drive like a complete utter lunatic and wreck your trailer and your cabin, because of course you're always picking up damage as you're driving. It's just general wear and tear. I mean, I've got a tiny little bit of damage, nothing that's going to affect myself or the trailer where it comes up, you know. You need to get to the nearest garage. I'd say I got that bad yet, but I think it'll tell you on the panel which is in the bottom left hand corner, which is showing you my dashboard or imitating the dashboard, the destination and stuff like that. I thought I'd add that onto the stream as well, using OBS. I can't see it because it's too so I'm watching the comments back via a mobile phone, so of course excuse me, without coming out of the game I could actually see what you lovely people can see. But I do know it's working. It was when I set it up, so everything seems to be moving better now in real time, as the last stream started to stick a bit, even though on a good connection. Again, if the PC ain't good enough to churn out the data, then it ain't going to do it. So I've brought it down to virtually real time, so there shouldn't be much lag between the live stream and myself, hopefully. It's 2:15 in the afternoon, or just coming up to 2:20. So how my mods work is, it's come from Steam Workshop. The traffic builds up at different points of the day, so of course if mornings, tea time, stuff like that, how it would in the real world, these mods all kick in. Now again, I'm coming through this little town. There's protests going on here on the side, police everywhere, there's all sorts. I mean, I drove past one the other day in this EAA map. They'd trashed a bus station, it was all on fire and everything. So, you know, there's a bit of all sorts going on. You never know what you're gonna see. Now, is this potholes? No, I think this is slightly different texture again. Not to the point where it's bumping me across the road, but I can still feel a different sensation in my fingers. A lot more than I was feeling with the Logitech. I mean, when that Logitech wheel that I used to use, all you can feel is the gears some of the time. Again, texture's changing again, not changing much in the feeling, but it's a texture that I see. And if I do, I can't remember seeing this in the real maps or the DLC maps that we download. So again, I'm hoping that this map will work with a 1.36 update that's due from CSC software. Otherwise I will probably be going back to 1.35. I don't want to lose this EAA map, but again, I'm sure the guys that do make this, I'm going to call it Mapa, so it's M-A-P-A and then the EAA. As you'll see on signs, it just says Mapa, I think that just says Map EAA. I think that's the word in Brazil, or Brazilian, how they call it. I could be wrong, but it's a cracking map. It's nice and big, loads of variations. loads and loads and loads of new places to discover, and that's what you need. I'm just going to stay behind this guy. I was going to overtake him, but of course it's a bend, and you don't overtake on bends, you know, unless you're on a death wish. But I can see clear roads. Oh, I was going to go. I'm still going to go, and I've got past that police car. Just to get past him. And then fall back in. Bring my speed down, because I'm surely got to be some speed ramps or some little strips across the road. Still doing 10 mile an hour more than I should do. Oh, traffic lights, traffic light. Just about to stop before I hit him. Again, with the settings in the game, you can alter your brakes, and of course I can alter the brake settings now on the wheel itself. I can stop, but not stop to the point where I can stop on a 2p piece. Sometimes you brake too much, and it stops you instantly, and you know, things at the back here can crash into you. I don't want brakes like that. I just want them brakes so they'll stop, but not instantly, which you can set them to. So it does that in this game. Oh dear. I'm suffering from flu this evening. I know, get the violins out, but I am. So I'm probably sniffling all over the place on stream tonight. Again, I have no clue where we am. No chance at all trying to read these big names out. One, because I can't pronounce them, so I ain't even going to try, folks. Again, loads of traffic lights up here.
Go straight on.
Which is making me stop. But the stops are just nice and gradual, rather than being. And I think this is probably the last time we'll stop. Unless there's a traffic lights at the end of this road. I think we're out of the city now. I just don't know why their traffic lights don't change like ours. Like red, amber, green. These just go to red, green. They will go the other way, but they won't go the other way when they're going back to green. They'll miss the amber out for some reason. I do believe there's a mod out there that will put traffic lights how they should work. So I ain't sure. And yep, we're out of there again. No idea what these signs are saying. So I ain't particularly worried. Now that's a good thing. You know what? I'm gonna go and repair my truck. It's on the way. It's just there. Steering's pumping me all over the place. You know what? Might as well get it repaired. Let's not get it repaired at all. It shouldn't be that much damage. It's £3 grand there. But I know now that if I don't crash nowhere between now and getting to the destination, I should be alright. Right, let's start the truck again. Because everything now is on buttons on the steering wheel. Right, so he's waiting for me to pull out behind me, which is very nice. So very often the computer generated vehicles will allow you to pull out. There's times when you need to be able to pull out, especially at junctions. They'll just drive faster and you've either got to cut them up to get past, or to pull out, should I say. Right, I can read all them signs. Again, some of them self-explanatory, you can see and understand what they mean. And then there's others that you look at them and think, okay, what does that mean? Again, these are all fairly easy. and some of them just to make the game. They don't actually do anything to influence the game. I'm just there as they would for you to look at. I really do hope I go over some potholes though to show you them. I remember the first time I drove down one of these kind of roads and then went over some potholes. I was doing about this speed, probably a little bit more. My god, the truck just went boof, see ya. I was like, okay. So as soon as I even have a tiny inkling of any potholes, I'm slowing straight down. Probably do 10 mile an hour if that, across them. I am going to put my foot down a bit now because 1-0. I want to try and get as much speed up as possible. So I'll go up it, because of course going uphill you lose speed. I'm already dropping already. So I don't want to be getting stuck up a hill. Cornering's a lot tighter as well, wherever they've got their maps from for corners, or should I say bends, and the same thing, they're a lot tighter than the original. Though I know it. Ah, here we go. Potholes. Right, we're coming straight down. Gears. Matter of fact, I've just stalled it. So let's get into fourth. Once we get the ignition on, I've probably cut. Well, I asked for them, folks, and here they are. And of course, you can try and avoid them. You know, if I come out of the cab and I just show you. While I go over them now. With the physics, I should be bouncing all over the gap. Every bump and lump, I'm feeling that. And of course, the faster you go over them, the more damage you're doing to your truck trailer. So, you know, it's something that you don't want to do. You can try and avoid them. But again, looks like this road's a little bit far. But with now changing the physics, when you've got this set, I'll of course say numbers with CSC software, no numbers, is there? It's guides. But I try and, before I had them all halfway, so I would say 50%. And then I went and I looked at an old video. Oops, just going off the track here. A little bit harder to drive, steer. Oops. Be glad to get on, oh, see. There's a trailer out, he's bouncing about the fifth wheel. You don't get none of that if you've got it, well you do, but not to the extreme I'm getting it here now. When you send it all back to north, this now feels like a wagon. And of course, as I said with the fuel feedback, the wheels having a bit of it. I'm feeling it in the cushion. And again, it's all gone back to normal now, so let's get back into the cab and carry on with our journey. And that is by pushing all your sliders to 0 or to nothing. Again, there's no numbers, is that, as we all know. If anybody from CSC software does watch any of my videos, they need to change the interfaces. They could do with a 2019-2020 update. Now here we go again. So we just got through this hill, and again here comes more potholes. So, you know, now imagine if this was integrated into something like Truckers MP, where you've got bad textures like this. You know, people upload a lot of videos where they're showing bad drivers. Geez, we would have loads of videos because you have to slow down. I mean, you can see there, 13 mile an hour. I've actually got 2 hands on the steering wheel, and you know, the sensation, it's up there. It really is good. Right, let's hopefully Have we got any more? No, I can see some more. So this must be a bad stretch of road. Again, it's barren land in it, so again, probably the roads ain't this good. It's one of the longest stretches of this bad, and that looks nice, doesn't it? A dried up riverbed. Again, all something new, different. I love coming to new destinations. Oh, and I ain't going fast and I'm still getting damage. As you see, I'm off it now. I'll be back on nice even textures, which we all normally drive on anyway. Still going up a bit of an hill by the looks of it. Not much of a incline, but it is still. But yeah, again, straight now back into more potholes. This road looks a little bit uneven. Now this is telling me I've got to drive at 50 miles an hour up here. I don't think so. Again, you could try and avoiding them, but you don't really do it anyway. You know, how you would in a normal vehicle, you try to avoid the pothole. This road looks like it's a bit of a long one. I'm going to try and avoid them. But does it avoid the potholes? Slightly, but not much. You still get your big wheel, even if you try and avoid them. But, you know, sitting here, I can only just imagine if this was in VR. It feels good with the headset on. And again, it being on a big 50-inch telly, whoa! And with all the other things that are vibrating and shaking and stuff, it does put you in that zone. Again, if VR headset looked as good as my telly looks at the moment, I'd have one tomorrow. But now the resolution ain't gonna look as good as this, so that's why I am in one. And this road looks like it's gonna go on for quite some time, bumping me across this road. So of course, there is no way that you can do the speed of the road. It's telling you 50 miles an hour. You'd only end up damaging your trailer if you did 50 miles an hour up this road. It ain't worth. It ain't worth you doing the job if you're going to damage it. Look at this. I mean, 20 miles an hour and I'm getting bounced about like it's no tomorrow. Again, it is all due to changing them physics settings. I mean, there's plenty physics mods. Oh shit, mate. Out there that will say they'll do this and that. I don't see the point in putting third-party plug-in physics mods on if CSC have done the physics as good as this, and believe me, move them sliders to 0, you'll end up driving a lot more properly. You won't be speeding. Your cable will bounce about, as you can see here. The sounds sound good as well. You can hear the sound of the shocks. I mean, that poor trailer behind me is just getting rocked about like there's no tomorrow. And I've just locked my headset, which ain't good. That's the only thing when you're wearing this track oil. If you catch the headset, you're in the shit. Let's just make sure everything's working still. Yep. Now I will definitely be glad to get off this road. But again, if it wore in, it wouldn't make the game as good as it does. You know. I just think, right, if I'm going to do a job, I'm going to try and bypass this next time. Now I've picked damage up. 3% damage. You can probably see where that damage is affecting more than I can with that little traffic mod I put in the left bottom corner. It'll tell you what damage I've achieved, whether it's for my trailer or my truck, and of course destination, where I'm going, how long's left, and I think it tells you what job it is. Jesus, 24 miles an hour. I can see a flat road, thank God for that. Oh, excuse me about snivelling tonight, folks, but I think I've got the flu coming. And now I've got a bunged up nose. I feel like shit, but hey, I thought I'd come on and stream anyway. Let's put my foot down a bit because we have lost a bit of time. But again, I have no choice. I have to slow down roads like that. Otherwise, it'll be no good. Now, hopefully we won't get no more. I think we've had enough bumpy roads for the next 10 minutes. So, let's get this beauty up to 15th gear. Or 16th if I can. Of course, still driving sensible though. Because these bends are tighter than the normal bends, and of course, if I do go around the corners a little bit too sharp, then I get two wheels, and you'll see the trailer bounce. I can feel it. The steering wheel goes extremely heavy. Right, I need to get in there, get some diesel. It's just coming up for halfway, and again, I'm on an uneven surface like pebbles. So of course, with the steering wheel, with the cushion, it mimics all kind of things like that, and it's I couldn't drive any of my games now that support this cushion without it. It's like somebody getting your backside, boom, 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 keep hitting you. That's how it feels when they actually kick in. Right, where we going? What gear we in? Wrong gear to be pulling away. I think we'll be able to pull away in 14. Let's again, a bit of traffic on the road. Something else you can do with the track IR is whichever way you drive, left or right, you stick your head out the window and watch your vehicle. And again, whim away. And the vehicle goes into reverse. Now, I don't need to come into garage. Right. What I'm faced with at the moment. Right, let's get some headlights on. As night time is upon us. Oh, there. And it's my favourite time of the night, or day, should I say, in this game. Driving through the night, you can see car lights for days. Coming the other way. It's just you can see bumps and lumps in the road as good as you can in the day, which is of course. But there's less cars to worry over, and you can put your foot down a bit, as long as the roads are safe enough for you to do it. Again, I don't know if this is a speed ramp or just a paint. No, it's paint. These different signs again, no idea what they're saying. I'm going to slow down just in case we come over any speed ramps. It being a little city town, whatever you want to call it. It looks like I'm in real time for a change rather than lagging. Trying to clear my throat here and it's just full of shit. I don't know. Anyway. Trust me to be stuck behind some vehicles, but of course it don't look like I'm going to get many straight roads, and if I do, I'm going to have traffic coming the other way. So of course I've just got to sit behind these people till I see enough gap and safe enough to overtake them, which I doubt it now. I doubt if I'll be able to overtake any of these at this present time on doing this, and I'm happy to sit behind again. I'm only 2 miles off the actual proper speed for the road, which is 50. Again, when you've got chaperons indicating that you've got tight bends, you've got tight bend signs here. There's no way I want to be going around these at 50 miles an hour. Well, that says 31. it will be the 50, I think. Yep, 80 kilometres an hour is 50 mile an hour for us here in England. I always drive in miles per hour rather than kilometres an hour or whatever it is, I think it is. And I've drove all the way there before. One hell of a big massive island. With a big truck stop on it, like, by the looks of it.
Go straight on. Get ready to turn right.
Where are we going now?
Turn right.
So that was the only way I would get rid of some of the traffic if I turning off roads, rather than me being able to overtake it. Now, something like this petrol tank I should be able to overtake. Again, we am going up a bit of an hill, so you know, I don't want to risk it. You never know what's over the top of the brow of this hill, like you would in a normal car. You never overtake going over an hill. And again, if I had gone and put my foot down then, there's two vehicles coming across the brow of this hill, so... And for once I'm actually doing the speed, well I was doing 37 mile an hour then, easily. Again, I'll probably do a bit more now because I'm going to be rolling, as well as we put down the scooter to 50 now anyway. Yep, there's the 50 mile an hour. I'm just going to poke my nose out, see if I can see a gap. Oh, and I'm going to pull back in. Otherwise, there's going to be an accident. And who's going to cause it? Me. Right. Just gone dark now. Oh, it's going dark. I love how the variations of darkness falls in. All of a sudden it'll just go completely black. Hence why I've got the little LEDs on around my room. You can see them behind you. Otherwise you wouldn't see me on camera. I'd be rather black. And all you would see is a silhouette. So... And it saves having a bigger light on in the bedroom. Now, this game must know I want to overtake this guy. The roads are not good enough for me to go past again. So, he's either going to turn off in a minute, or I'm going to find a stretch. I mean, I could have done it now, but I ain't got the revs to overtake him. I'm going to try. And again, I've got to do fall back in because we ain't got enough power, and he's going to brake because I've done that. So I'm just going to have to wait now. It's just either till the road goes to a 2-lane road. I'm just going to recline my chair and get comfortable, and hopefully with my headset this should have took me back. Yep, that's the good thing with this, you can get nice and comfortable. The only thing that's missing off this cockpit chair is some armrests. Next level racing, I want a couple of armrests while I'm driving. I suppose I could make some if I could get some metal. But I ain't knocking it. This is a good console, a good rig, so nice and steady. It's everything and more. So, right, let's just get up this hill now. Pick up a bit of speed. It ain't a big hill. Again, you don't see a lot when you're driving on the night time, but you know. Help if I got the right gears. You can see vehicles for days, you know. And to be fair, I ain't that far away from my actual screen. I mean, I pulled a bit back so I can get comfortable in the console. Anyway. Let's get into 13th gear and see if I've got enough pulling power to get up this little bit of an hill. And again, it's going to bends as well. Now he was behind that oil tanker. It just shows 1 minute you're behind a vehicle and then boof, they've gone. See ya. The only trouble is when you go over like potholes and stuff like that, and you might have that come up in a minute. Our customers expect deliveries on time, because of course you are driving to the speeds of the road, so you've got to make up time when possible. Again, with all these roads, I don't risk it going round and fast, but I still, if it's a straight bit of road, then I do put my foot down. That's what me 16 gears I'm there for. One, to get up and have enough pulling power and stuff. As I changed this, I had this wagon, similar one, but it was only a 6 gear speed gearbox. My teeth in then. So I've changed it to a 16 speed gearbox, because I thought, when I was playing the other one, I thought, well, where's the other gears gone? And then I realised I'd only configured it in the settings to be a 6 speed. Oh, my shoulder's kicking in as well. It hurt my shoulder for some reason. Oh, I think it's just old age. It's horrible being 22 again. Anyway, as I said, you can see cars coming for ages with the lights, just as you would in the real world. Again, but there are a lot of car drivers. It's mainly buses, vehicles, tractors, stuff like that. There ain't that many cars, unless you've got them behind you, which I've probably got a convoy of vehicles behind me. I'm just short of doing the speed limit of the road. Again, I'll probably go down another gear now, which will see me over the 50 mile an hour, but I don't want to be driving round here and then hit some of them potholes or anything like that, or take a bad bend because I'm speeding. So I actually do feel the truck now go on 2 wheels. It's weird. It really is weird. You feel it. You know when it's going to actually tip.
Get ready to turn left.
Anyway, we've got to come down the gears now anyway, because them lights are more than likely going to change before I get to them.
Turn left.
Which again, I'm over more. Oh, now that's where it started to go then. I felt it tip. Or it felt like it was going to tip, you know. Again, not the best of the gears to be in, so let's get into 12th. Let's get into 9th. Oh dear. Again, remember I ain't playing truck as MP, so I have to come and check it. Your mirrors, make sure that there's no traffic trying to shoot past you. According to this, it says I've been through here before. I can remember driving through here. So, but if it's a grey roads I'm revealing, then I must have done. So, I ain't gonna argue with the game. I'm just gonna drive. But it does have a lot of hills. Never known a map have so many hills. It's a nice big stretch of road, but it's of course going to get to a bend in a minute. I'm going uphill because I'm tilting. That's when I know I'm going uphill. I tilt with the tilt that's got in the settings for the track IR. My truck will dip and go down with the where that I've set the track IR up, which is another good feeling. Feels realistic. Again, the other part would be if the chair I sit on would actually move. Again, that is an added on extra. If I'd got £2,000, I can actually put that on it where it wouldn't make me move with the game, so it go forwards, backwards. I think it goes side to side, AA shield. But again, I ain't got £2,000, so, and if I had, I'd be buying me a new computer first. That would be what I'd be spending my £2,000 on. Something like the Next Level Racing's motion platform would come at a later stage. Again, I ain't got enough power to overtake him. But I'll try. Again, doing it on a bend, so not good. As long as I clear his trailer, so I don't crash into him. We got away with that one. Otherwise I could have been hitting him. I don't know what's happening up front. Some flashing lights, so it just could be either game I loaded them up yet. Now my steering wheel at this specific time is absolutely solid. So I don't know what's going on there.
Go straight on. Just had to slow down. Whoa.
Just about then, folks, eh? Nearly lost it. Live on camera. But I have put my foot down a bit to make a little bit of time up. Again, that indication to say there's our destination is pretty close. But I'm sure people that play the game or watch along with us know that means nothing. It still could be a good, I don't know, 100 mile away in the game. But again, 100 mile in the real time and in game time is a lot different. Oh, I'm just going to slow down. I'm going to do no more brave spent because I can see me tipping it up. I don't want to do it. And I've got to slow down anyway because there's a plot speed ramp. And again, that's a 7 mile an hour. That's probably how slow they want you to go over them anyway. You know, what is it, 31 mile an hour? I wouldn't even attempt one of these. No, is that just painted? Sometimes I'm a little bit, am they painted or am they actual speed ramp? That must be a camera shop because it's got a camera sign on the wall. Oh. Well, I know you feel, I'll feel the shaking when I go over at 20 mile an hour. So here's what, 20 mile an hour in the game, and my cabin should really bounce in the air. But just get it to 20. 19 like I do, but they'll bounce everywhere. Yeah. And then you've got these other strips here. Is that just painted on? No. See, sometimes they look like paint and you think, I'll just drive across them. So now, them speed ramps as well. Oh, that car's got wrecked in it. The state of that. So, let's do 10 mile an hour. No, I should hardly feel, I can feel it, but not to the point where it's making me bounce everywhere. But again, that should be, and of course, it's another thing we do have, yeah, bigger lights. I can't think of the name of that. I-beam. Yes, I couldn't remember that then. But of course, it's the only thing that other cars, especially computer generated cars, do in this. If you got your I-beam on and them coming towards you, they will flash their lights. If say turn your I-beam up, mate, you're blinding with. So again, it's only in American trucks that are really drive with the I-beam on, because it's a lot darker in game than it is in Europe. Now, I don't know why these keep going into reverse gear. It's only in Euro that this does that. And it says because we have to engage the press down for it to go into reverse. And I am doing that, but it's still going in reverse gear. So it's not good. Right, let's get back to 12th gear. As we work our way up and round on there. And it's only 37 mile road anyway, so that's telling me it's sort of a bad road to have that slower speed. It's normally on average 50 mile an hour roads, but I think what it is with this, it's bends and it's going uphill as well, so not so good. I couldn't even get to that 30 mile an hour speed limit anyway, so most will trickle up at 29 mile an hour in 11th, and hopefully it comes on the flat in a minute. Yeah, 12th has just got us over. Again, we come to some other place, but again, oops. Oh dear. Say very often I sneeze. No, we should be able to. I've gone back to 50 mile an hour roads now anyway. So again. Oh dear. Again, to see what these roads are like, really need to be in the day. It just looks like a mountain descent, which we've seen these quite a few times. They're just tight bends, really tight bends. It don't look like it's one of the mountain ones though, because sometimes you're that close to the mountainside and it's really tight bends. You're actually turning your wheel, what, 360 degrees. Again, something else is good. Cat's eyes in the road. Again, it's what, it's representing 1:30 in the morning in game. I mean, if I turn the lights off, that's how dark it is. That's the side lights on. So, you know. Might as well put my foot down a bit. It's a straight road. As I said, you folks can see exactly how long I've got left on a job. I caught it. My phone's too small to read that sign in the bottom left corner. So, you know, it's all good in the hood. So I'm going to go back to 12 gears. This is all it is on roads like this. Up and down your gears. Not the best thing to do, because if there's another vehicle coming, it would have to stop now. Oh, hold. They fancy being stuck behind you for the last half hour or so. And I can use my I-beam for a bit because I know in front of me. That just gives you guys out there and girls just see how much of the road
Go straight on.
I'm uncovering as we're driving. But there's never hardly any cars on of a night time anyway. But of course I can't get the speed up for some reason due to these hills.
Go straight on.
But I don't know actually how many of these mods spawn the traffic anyway. I'll just keep turning them on and off when we see other cars coming the other way like we would in the real world. It's only so it lights up the road again. Let's see if he flashes his lights just to tell me to turn them on. Yep, see him little flashing then. He's like, you know, mate, you're blinding me, turn off your high beam. And of course it's going to warn me that if there's any potholes or anything that I should be knowing. No, I'm coming to an island, so I'm going to get the right speed for the island. Again. Rail or rail.
Turn right.
It told me to turn left, turn right, so I don't know what that sat nav woman was on about. Oh dear. Now these air traffic lights, these are just like, they'll just flash. We've seen them loads of times, but you think, oh, I've got to stop. And it's just sort of like slow down, you know, any gun coming now, carry on.
Get ready to turn right.
And we've got to do a complete U-turn here. Is it here? Yep.
Turn right. And then turn right.
So it's a right and then a right. I didn't see. Stupid doing these
Turn
turns,
right.
but hey. Anything coming? No.
Get ready to turn left. Turn left.
There we go.
Turn right.
So we're delivering to a DHL.
ready to turn right.
DHL.
Turn right. You have arrived at your destination. Your route guidance is now finished.
And there you go, folks. I'm going to skip it. And there you go. Another little job done. Here on Euro Trucks. Now if you like what you see, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Hit the arrow. That way you'll get to see all my jobs when we do them. Right, I need a... Oh, that's really good, isn't it? Can't even start the wagon. Come on. That'll do. Just for the stream.